So these were just some proceedings that were coming in from the Rajya Sabha, which was set to resume at 2:30, and now we're understanding, in fact, has been adjourned. Lok Sabha, we had already reported earlier in the day, had been adjourned till 11 a.m. on Monday. So no real work that has happened even on day 2 as far as the monsoon session of Parliament is concerned, and that's because of the logjam that still continues between the centre and the opposition as far as discussion on Manipur is concerned. So both houses now being adjourned till Monday. Lok Sabha was already adjourned earlier in the day. Rajya Sabha also within minutes now being adjourned as well. Now what the opposition is saying that they want a discussion on Manipur. They want every other aspect to be kept aside. They're also asking for the Prime Minister to be present when these proceedings happen. Now what the centre and the government is saying, they're saying we're ready for a discussion. As far as Manipur is concerned, it's the opposition that's trying to derail the proceedings. And because of this complete breakdown of communication between both the sides, no real work is happening. So it's almost looking like this will be another washout session with no real debate or discussion as far as the bills that were listed. Because even earlier in the day, when barely some 7 to 8 minutes of work happened, none of these bills were actually discussed. They were just passed without any discussion or debate. And now both houses adjourned till 11 a.m. on Monday. So as we pointed out, day 2 also looks like an almost washout. And because the opposition continues to mount their pressure on a discussion on Manipur, it looks like this logjam is only going to escalate. As I pointed out earlier, the opposition has been saying they want only Manipur to be discussed and the presence of the Prime Minister. Arunama is now back with us on the broadcast. Arunama, this was unexpected lines. Both houses now stand adjourned till 11 a.m. on Monday. No real work happened today. Even the few bills that were passed, there was no real debate or discussion. One, unfortunately, looks like this will be another washout session and a lost opportunity as far as both the sides are concerned.
We would just see some change coming about next week onwards. Of the opposition MPs are planning to visit Manipur. You could see at least 2 delegations going to Manipur sometime next week, even though the timeline is being finalized. Once that is done, there could be at the Business Advisory Committee meeting some kind of a solution to break the impasse, because both sides realize that discussion on Manipur is important. Under what rules and under what form, that is the point of contention. So I'm hopeful that perhaps they will come around and find a via media. But at this moment, the way things are going, both sides have hardened their stance. There have been notices given by both the Treasury and the opposition. Opposition wants the adjournment motion to be brought in as far as Manipur is concerned. The ruling side wants it to be a short duration discussion. So I think they should be able to find a way out, but not happening immediately.
So, Arunama, that one point that the opposition now only seems to be escalating is that why did the Prime Minister speak outside the Parliament yesterday when he knew that the monsoon session of Parliament is to begin? This is a point that was reiterated by Mallikarjun Kharge earlier in the day as well. How is the BJP or the centre responding to that?
Well, not really responding directly, but yes, what the opposition's point of view is that Prime Minister had not spoken on Manipur for more than 75 days. And when he chose to speak on it, when there were various notices given by opposition MPs who wanted to ask questions, he spoke in a unilateral manner where there was no counter-questioning, there was no clarification sought from him. So that is what opposition is objecting to. Government on its part has said that the Home Minister is willing to respond and answer all queries that the opposition has. So why are they not wanting to listen to him? Because he's the nodal minister. He has been speaking to officials in the state, so he will be able to answer all questions that opposition has.
Arunama, just for an overview as far as the monsoon session of Parliament is concerned, how many bills were listed and what were some of the crucial bills that we were looking forward possibly being discussed, debated and passed?
31 bills on government agenda. The most important, the Delhi Ordinance, which they want to pass. And it's agenda number 1 as far as government's business list is concerned. Also, the data protection bill is important. That is something that is of concern in this day and age of World Wide Web. So these are 2 most important bills politically and for other reasons. But there are other bills as well which government has listed. It has to do with SC/ST. It has to do with biodiversity. The way things are going, looks like most bills will be passed in din. When the Delhi Ordinance is taken up, that will be interesting to